Part 2 of the 5.7 hemi rebuild. A timing chain broke. Ate through the guide, ate through the oil pump, put metal all through the motor. Complete tear down. We had valve slaps, you saw in the other video, bent valves. We got the motor completely torn down. We got the pistons out. The reason we took the piston out because it valve slapped. We checked the tops, no damage. Yeah, no damage. That's like a relief right there. Same with this one. They all got the same little relief. You can see where it hit right there. See that tiny little, there's 2 marks there? That second little mark is not the relief. It hit the relief, bent, and then hit again. So what you got to do, because it did that, and they're like, oh, that's little, that ain't nothing. But what can happen, because what these are made of, aluminum, mild steel, you got to check to see if the ring spins. Because if that hit, if it hit it hard enough and it pinched this ring here, where it wouldn't move, you got to throw that away. Throw that piston away, buy a new piston. And these ones are pressed on. That's always fun. Thank God. All of them are good. They all spin, but they tapped. So you got to pull them out. You don't want to. I mean, you could, if it goes up and down, this one did. But if it goes up and down, you want to take a chance, take a chance. But I recommend pull them out, check it. And since we got them out, we're going to put new rings and ball hone it. Redo the hash mark. It has 108,000 miles on it. So might as well, since we're this far. But you need to do this. If you got valve slap, you have to check. We pulled the cam out. We checked the lobes of the cam. They were actually really decent. The lifters are really nice. But we had bought a new cam, so we're putting a new cam in it. There's a little bit of wear on 3 of the lobes. I mean, not much. Honestly, I could run it. But we got the cam, and we're this far in it. Might as well do a rebuild. But you don't have to. And here, we're doing this fun job. Putting the heads back together. If you saw in the other video, these were bent. These guys were bent, now they're sealed. I can stick light in there, no light. So they're nice and sealed. This one is the one I'm putting in right now. As you can probably see light through there right now. But when the spring tension gets on, it'll suck it in and it'll be good. You gotta check the seats. Make sure all the seats are still in there. The valve seats. And they're not all dinged the hell up. And they're not. They're a little dirty. You just wipe them off, put together. And this is fun. Now you gotta be all Mr. Finagle. Push that up in there. Get the spring compressor down. Oh, it's like right there. Oh, that one went easy. Look at that. Oh, no. You get back in there. Pull it back a little bit. Take a screwdriver and spin her down. So you pull back. Keep your finger down there and hope to God this spring compressor don't come off, and I can try to take your finger with it. Get the other one in there. Oh, it's right there. There it is. Now you're going to both pull back and undo the spring compressor as you pull back on it. Oh. That way you don't drop the keepers back out. And she's on there. Pop it out. Take a hammer. Make sure they're set. Stick your light in it. Look for light. Yeah, no light. You see light there?
Nope.
Okay, golden. Without them, they pop out like that. Woo, woo, woo. Also, when you install them, assembly lube. You put it on all the stems. So when she first starts up, she's not dry. You want it clean, then put assembly lube on it. So when it starts up, it's not dry until the oil gets to it. And that's it. Okay, seating all the valves. Did a light test. So what you do, take a powerful light. Bam! You take a light. Yeah, it's somewhat dark. And you come on over here by the valve and you shine the light in there. And you look around the edge of the valve. Look around the edge of the valve, see if there's any light. On this particular head, this one valve right here had light. I'll show you. And just aim it right at the valve right here. Turn the light on. You turn the light on. You see the edge? You see that? Can you see it in there? Mm-hmm. Yeah. See how that goes? That's what you do. Now come here to this one. And see that angles and all that. No light. Right? No light. These are all good. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But this one, you can see the light. Even with the valve spring, it's a little less with the valve spring. It's not as pronounced. But you can still see light. That will have no compression. It won't seal. So you'll have no compression. This is all because of a timing belt. Or timing chain. Yeah. Cheap ass timing chain. Put it in at 78,000 miles. I am so burnt and pissed about that. They've been a bunch of valves. So these are the new valves. Right here, even with the new valve in there, it's less. But it needs to be fixed. So you take sandpaper. You take the best old valve you can find. Cut little strips. This is 400 grit. Wet sandpaper. Cut little strips. Boom, boom, boom. Stick it up in here. Pull with a drill. Tighten a drill on the end of this valve and go. And I'll show you. Go ahead, dear. Redid the hash marks. And all the pistons. Redid all the rings. She's ready to roll.
Okay.
It's supposed to snow tomorrow. So, yeah, we'll probably have to wait a week. We got to work and all that. Hi, dear. What are you doing?
I am lapping
the valves.
The valves. Well, the valve seats.
And the reason you're doing that
is because there is light shining through.
That means, what does that mean? If you have light shining through,
there's no compression.
Yep, it will leak.
Yep.
And that's on an intake, so what that means, it will constantly suck in fuel and make the vehicle run crappy, and it just ain't right. So I showed you earlier with the light test. So what she did, she took this compound right here, that compound, and you just put it on the edge of the valve, which she has done. And now go ahead and
that's the tool that you use.
Yep, that's the tool you use.
Give a little bit of water on it.
You're gonna make fire. And shove her down. Okay, push down.
Is it on?
There you go.
Okay.
And spin her. Keep doing it and it'll get quiet. What this is doing is actually grinding away the metal. It's sanding the metal for the seat. To make a proper seat, You have to do this if you see light. Or you can use water, pour water through this side here, the intake side, have it up, you know, laying flat, put water, and see if water drips out. If water drips out, fuel's going to drip out. You don't have compression. That means you got to do this. These ones we couldn't see light in, but I'm also going to do the water test because this is very, very important. You know, you look at it, oh, it looks good. But if it ain't sealed, it ain't sealed.
Is that good?
One more. Keep a constant pressure down. Until it gets quiet. Keep that pressure down. Don't lift up on it. And keep the pressure down while you do it. You don't have to use a lot of pressure. Let's switch for a sec there. So, there you go. So you go like this, and you... Yeah, it's getting quieter. It got quiet. You just lift up on it. Put it back in. Okay, pull her out and clean her off, and we'll do a light test. Use clean rags, get it all off. This is a heavy grit. Sanding paste is what it is. You do not want this shit in your motor. That would cause problems, especially being on your intake. You leave that, don't clean it off, you got a goob in there. As soon as you stir it, you can mix with the gas, shoot it into your pistons, and wear down all your rings. And then you'll be tearing your motor back apart. Wondering what the hell happened. Maybe take a look at this. Get all up in there. Use clean parts. Have a bunch of nice, clean, lint-free rags. Now look at that seat. That's looking good. Now, let's do the light test. Let's see how she did. Okay. Showed you earlier on this one all that light that came through. No light. You can look through there, and not only there, but for a really dark hole, look through that hole, dear. Do you see any light, dear?
No.
Think we got it?
Yeah, I don't see any light.
Let me take a look. And we got it. Sweet. High five!
Good job,
It's
babe.
a lot of freaking work, but you have to do it. This all happened from the timing chain broke. I keep saying that because I'm so pissed about it. That was a new timing chain that didn't get 30,000 miles on it. Don't remember where I got it. They make shit cheap now. It ate through the guide, ate through the oil pump, sent metal all through the whole fucking motor. I had to tear the whole motor down to get all these little pieces of aluminum out. I got to blow all the fucking oil galleys out. You have to do this. If it timing chain eats through your guide and makes it go bye-bye, the guide's plastic with aluminum. But what it did, it ate through the plastic, started eating through the guide, sending tiny little microscopic chunks of fucking aluminum in the oil, which goes through your whole motor. It is what it is, but this is what you got to do. And here's all the pistons. You got to take all the pistons out. Make sure, because of valve slap, that it didn't stick. I think I talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
And this one we got lucky. You can see the valve tap right there. and a little bit right there. Important, you have to take it out. You got to look, because if this is pinched, that means it's not moving. It's not flowing free in there. The oil's not flowing free, and it's going to be pinched and stuck and rubbing on one side of your cylinder wall. And then now you got to go get the cylinder re-sleeved, because it's going to damage it. You're going to lose compression. Truck's going to die. So you have to do this. So it runs like new. Okay. Hey, what you doing down there?
Huh?
What you doing down there?
I am bolting in the oil pan.
We're reassembling the truck and crossing our fingers that this fucker will start. It should. It's a lot of work. So you're putting the oil pan on. We got the timing back in. Oh, there's my step. Oh, too short. Timing marks. Right there. There's the one timing mark with the two colors. And you go down here, there's another one. But you can't see it, so the Woodruff key's at the 2 o'clock position. Right there. New tensioners. This is, oh, babe.
Hey, babe.
What are we doing now?
Now we are going to go ahead and put the heads in.
And we're making sure the gaskets are the same. These gaskets are very similar. Very, very similar.
And the way they look at it is different than the
Yeah.
way we were looking at it. You're looking at it standing in front of the motor. You have driver's side, which we would consider right. Passenger side, we would consider left. They're not looking at it that way with these gaskets. They're looking at it as if you're sitting in the truck and you're looking at the motor.
Yeah.
So then the driver's side is your left side, and your passenger is your right side. So
And that's important.
you have to be really careful with that on these gaskets.
We did this before at 78,000, and we're like, oh, we put the right on the right because it said R top, and we put it on there, and what happened?
It leaked everywhere.
It leaked coolant, and we had to pull them off because of these. We're in the wrong spot. They're supposed to be on the back of the motor, but if you look on here, they got them here and they got them there. There's those two ports right there and right here. But if you put the wrong gasket on the wrong side, it blocks the ports that need the flow and the other ones leak. Okay, so on here, it'd be the left. And they're considering it by sitting in the passenger or in the driver's seat and looking at the left side would be the driver's side of the motor. We also took precautions because we went through this and we wrote on the old gaskets front, top passenger, on that one top driver, and then we matched it up to here and matched up to there because we don't want to go through that again.
No, that's not.
No. And then another thing, because we valve lapped it and all the work we're doing, cleaned it as best as we possibly can. Now we don't have a shop. We don't have, well, I don't know what they call it. It's like a tank, a hot tank that they could dunk it in and get it all out. But we use brake cleaner, spray through the ports and all that, and make sure all the debris is out of there. Yay!
Yay!
We're ready. Maybe. We don't know. Okay, the heads are on. Torque down to spec. Now we're going to do the timing cover, which is blowing off in the wind. That's awesome. It's windy. So, keeping that covered with plastic, so in hopes that don't get dirt in there because of all those high winds. But, yep, now we're going to do the timing cover. And that's about it for today. Get the timing cover on, the harmonic balancer. And then next week we'll finish her up. Put the valve train. I'll do a video of the valve train. Get the valve train in. Turn it, make sure everything's cleared and proper. And then put the intake on. The rest of the front end. Wheel wells back in. exhaust back on, dipstick, and then we'll fire her up. And hopefully it all works out. It should, but you never know.